Alright, let's talk about automation. It's one of those tech buzzwords you hear all the time, but what does it actually mean? Put simply, it's about making your digital life easier. It's about connecting the apps and services you use every day, so they can talk to each other and do things for you automatically. Imagine your online shop automatically sending a thank you email, adding the customer to your mailing list, and updating a spreadsheet, all from a single sale. That's the magic of automation. It saves you time, it reduces errors, and honestly, it just feels super satisfying to set up. These days, our lives are spread across dozens of different apps. You've got your email, your calendar, your project management tool, your social media, and so on. Juggling all of that manually is a grind. Automation tools act as the digital glue that holds everything together. They listen for a trigger, like a new email arriving, and then perform a series of actions you've defined. This isn't just for big companies anymore. Whether you're a student, a small business owner, or a content creator, these platforms can seriously level up your productivity. So, the real question isn't if you should use an automation tool, but which one you should choose. And that brings us to the main event. In one corner we have the undisputed champion of user-friendly automation, Zapier. It's the tool that brought workflows to the masses, with a clean interface and a massive library of integrations. It's incredibly popular, and for good reason. In the other corner, we have the challenger, a favorite among the developer community, n8n. It's open source, powerful, and offers a level of customization that can make a tech enthusiast's heart sing. Both are brilliant, but they are built on fundamentally different philosophies. So, for this showdown, we're going to break it all down. We'll look at what makes each platform tick. Who is Zapier really for? Why do developers get so excited about n8n? We'll dive into how they handle workflows, what their pricing models look like, and which one might be the right fit for your specific needs. This is more than just a spec sheet comparison. It's a battle of ideas, simplicity versus power, a closed garden versus an open field. So, let's get into it. First up, let's talk about Zapier. If you've ever searched for a way to connect two apps, you've probably landed on their website. Their whole philosophy is built around one thing: simplicity. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need to understand APIs. You just need to know what you want to achieve.
The interface is incredibly intuitive. You start with a trigger, like new follower on Twitter, and then you add an action, like add a row to a Google Sheet. They call these connections zaps, and building one feels like putting together simple building blocks.
The biggest flex for Zapier is its sheer number of integrations. At last count, they connect with over 6,000 apps. That is a massive number. It means that pretty much any mainstream service you can think of, from Slack and Trello to Shopify and MailChimp, is almost guaranteed to be on the platform. This extensive library makes it the go-to choice for anyone who just wants things to work out of the box.
You select your apps from a drop-down menu, authenticate your accounts with a few clicks, and you're ready to start automating. It's seamless.
This ease of use is precisely why Zapier is perfect for non-technical users. Think of marketing teams, small business owners, or solo entrepreneurs. These are people who need to be efficient but don't have the time or resources to hire a developer for every little task. Zapier empowers them to build their own solutions.
For example, a real estate agent could create a Zap that automatically takes new leads from a Facebook ad form, adds them to their CRM, and sends a personalized introductory email. This entire process can be set up in under 10 minutes, with zero code.
Of course, this simplicity comes at a cost. And I mean that literally. Zapier's pricing is based on the number of tasks you run per month. The free plan is quite limited, and costs can add up quickly as your automation needs grow more complex or frequent. For simple two-step zaps, it's great. But if you want to build multi-step workflows with conditional logic like only run this if, you'll need to jump to a paid plan. So while it's incredibly accessible to start, scaling up can become a significant business expense. Now, let's switch gears and look at n8n. If Zapier is a sleek automatic sedan, n8n is a custom-built rally car. It might take a bit more skill to drive, but the performance and control you get are on another level.
The first huge difference is that n8n is source available and can be self-hosted. This means you can download the software and run it on your own server for free. For developers and privacy-conscious users, this is a massive deal. You have complete control over your data, and your only real cost is the server you run it on.
The core of n8n is its visual workflow editor. Instead of a simple top-down list like Zapier, n8n uses a node-based system. Each step in your automation, the trigger, an action, a filter, is a node on a canvas that you connect with digital wires. This might look a little more intimidating at first, but it gives you an incredible amount of power and flexibility.
You can create complex branching paths, loops, and merge data from multiple sources in a way that's much more visual and intuitive for complex processes. It's a system designed for power users who want to see exactly how data flows.
This is why n8n is a developer's dream. While it has hundreds of pre-built integrations, its real strength lies in its customizability. If an app you need isn't supported, you can use the HTTP request node to connect to virtually any API. You can write custom JavaScript functions directly within a workflow to transform data in any way you can imagine. This opens up a world of possibilities that are either difficult or impossible to achieve in Zapier.
You're not limited by what the platform decides to offer, you're only limited by your own technical skill. However, this power comes with a steeper learning curve. Setting up a self-hosted instance of n8n requires some familiarity with servers or Docker. While they do offer a paid cloud version that handles the hosting for you, the platform's interface and concepts are inherently more technical. Building a workflow requires a bit more thought, and debugging can be more complex. It's not the kind of tool you'd recommend to your friend who just wants to save their email attachments to Dropbox. It's for the person who wants to build a sophisticated system tailored exactly to their needs. So, after all that, who comes out on top? The truth is, there's no single winner. It completely depends on who you are and what you need. Zapier is the clear winner for beginners, non-technical users, and anyone who values speed and convenience above all else. Its massive app library and dead simple interface mean you can go from idea to a working automation in minutes. The trade-offs are cost and a lack of deep customization. You're playing in Zapier's sandbox, and while it's a very nice sandbox, you have to play by their rules. On the other hand, n8n is the champion for developers, tech-savvy users, and anyone who needs granular control, unlimited tasks, and data privacy. Its node-based editor is built for creating complex, multipath workflows. The ability to self-host is a game-changer for cost and data sovereignty. The downside is the learning curve and the initial setup effort. It's a tool that rewards investment. The more you learn, the more powerful it becomes. It provides the raw materials to build anything, but you have to be the architect. Let's look at a practical comparison. Imagine you want to automate social media posting. With Zapier, you could easily create a Zap that watches an RSS feed and posts new articles to Twitter and LinkedIn. It would be simple, reliable, and take about 5 minutes to set up. With n8n, you could do the same, but you could also add more complex logic. For instance, you could pull data from an API to find relevant hashtags, use a function to shorten the post for Twitter but keep it long for LinkedIn, and then post it at different optimized times for each platform. More power, but more work. Ultimately, your choice should be guided by a simple question. Do you want a tool that does the thinking for you, or a tool that helps you think bigger? If you want to plug and play, start with Zapier. It's the path of least resistance to getting things done. If you find yourself hitting the limits of what Zapier can do, or if the costs start to feel too high, that's your cue to explore n8n. It's the perfect step up for when your automation ambitions outgrow the simplicity of its competitor.
But what do you think? Are you Team Zapier or Team n8n? Let me know in the comments.